The city hums, but no one's calling my name. A million lights and I'm still in the rain. I walk these streets where the signals never sleep. Every screen glows, but nobody sees me. I scroll through faces, they all look the same. Typing words I never end up sending. There's a warmth I keep forgetting how to find. The neon burns, but it's a cold, cold kind. Maybe I built these walls too high. Maybe I confused the glow for light. Maybe I've been alone so long, I forgot what real felt like. Neon lonely, city full but I'm hollow. Neon lonely, chasing light I can't borrow. Every street sign points to somewhere I've been, but I can't find my way back in. Neon lonely, all this noise and I'm quiet. Neon lonely, heart on mute, soul a riot. I bought a coffee just to feel a human hand. The barista smiled and I almost understand what it's like to be seen for half a second. Then the door swings shut and the distance beckons. I sat in traffic watching strangers cry in their cars alone beneath the same night sky. We're all just frequencies out of range. Oh, searching for a station that feels safe. Oh, all this beating, nothing's close enough. All this data, none of it is us. Neon lonely, city full but I'm hollow. Neon lonely, chasing light I can't borrow. Every street sign points to somewhere I've been, but I can't find my way back in. Neon lonely, maybe you feel it too. Neon lonely, maybe I feel like you do. If you're out there walking neon streets alone, put your hand up, let me know I'm not the only one. We don't need to fix it, just to know that lonely in the city isn't all we are. Neon lonely, but I'm choosing to stay open. Neon lonely, every crack lets something in. Every street sign, every stranger, every corner gets me closer to the self I left begin. Neon lonely, city full and I am present. Neon lonely, I am finding me again. The city hums, my name is in it somewhere. I just have to listen past the neon glare. I used to know the shape of my own face. Now I see a profile picture in its place. felt myself again. The discomfort was real and so was I. That's the truest thing I felt in a long time. Digital frontier. You're right here, but I can't feel the distance. Like a car dropping in slow persistence. We used to talk until the city fell asleep. Now we scroll in silence, nothing left to keep. You hand me coffee, but your eyes are somewhere else. I'm talking to the version that you left on the shelf. I still remember when your laugh could fill the room. Now we share a table and we share a tune. I'm not ready to say it out loud, but we both know something's gone. We're just too afraid to call it, so we keep the silence on. Signal gone, signal gone. We're still connected, but the signal's gone. I can see your name, but not your soul tonight. I can feel your warmth, but not the light. Signal gone, signal gone. Are you still in there, or are you long gone? I keep pressing redial on what we were, but the line is dead and you're a blur. We made plans last Thursday that we both forgot. We said maybe Sunday came and not a single word about the thing we both felt. The love we had is learning how to melt. I looked through photos from just a year ago. We look like different people, one with glow. Maybe we just grew in different ways. Maybe love has seasons just like days. Maybe endings aren't betrayals, they're just change without the language. Signal gone, signal gone. We're still connected, but the signal's gone. I still know your coffee order, still your song, but the version of us I loved is gone. Signal gone, signal gone, signal gone. I don't blame you and I don't blame the long road that took us both to different skies. I just wish we had the time to say goodbye. There's no villain in this story, no betrayal, no big fight. Just two people slowly drifting to the edges of the light. And that's a harder kind of losing than a war. It's just a night. Signal gone, but I still love what we were. Signal gone, doesn't mean it wasn't pure. Every moment that we gave was still real. Every late night was a moment we could feel. Signal gone, and I'm learning how to breathe. Signal gone. I'm ready now to leave. Not every love ends with a goodbye. Some just become a frequency we can't find. In a world of chrome and cold transaction, you were the one thing I couldn't caption. Everybody's selling something, even love. Every date is optimized from up above. Swipe left, swipe right, your value on a rating. I was tired of performing, tired of waiting. Then you walked in with no curated face, just a human showing up and taking space. You didn't try to be impressive, you just showed up and stayed. That was the most radical thing anyone had done in years. Chrome and ache, chrome and ache. Loving you was the most human mistake. In a world that runs on metrics and on speed, you were the only thing I truly need. Chrome and ache, chrome and ache. The coldest city couldn't touch what we make. When you laugh, the algorithm breaks apart. Nothing digital can replicate your heart. We got lost once in a city with no maps, just two people filling in the gaps. No one filmed it, no one needs to know that the best things happen when the cameras go. You told me something real beside a broken bridge, and I held it like the last warm thing there is. Maybe love is just two people choosing inconvenient truth over comfortable connection on a screen, and that's the proof. Chrome and ache, chrome and ache. Loving you was the most human mistake, and I'd make it every single time again. Through the digital noise, through the crowded lane. Chrome and ache, chrome and ache. You're the warmth inside the city's cold intake. Every neon night is softer with you near. You're the frequency I want in every year. The world may run on data and on speed, but you remind me what it means to breathe. You are not a profile, not a score. You're the realest thing I've ever known before. Chrome and ache, chrome and ache. Loving you is worth every risk I take. In a world that tells us everything's a trade, you love me like a promise never paid. Chrome and ache, chrome and ache. You're the only thing that's real inside the fake. And when the city dims and signals all go dark, I'll find my way back to your beating heart. The neon fades, your hand is warm. That's the whole world. Yeah, there's a static between us I can't tune out. A distance made of all the things we didn't shout. We sit at breakfast and we pass the words like formal strangers, nothing lands, nothing hurts. You ask me how I slept and I say fine, and fine is just a wall we built in overtime. I know your face but not your inner season. You know my schedule, not my deeper breathing. We never had the big dramatic fight, we just got quieter night by quiet night, until the silence was the conversation. Static between, static between. I can almost hear you through the static between. We speak but something always gets lost. Every sentence pays an invisible cost. Static between, static between. You're the closest stranger I have ever seen. I know every habit that you carry through, but I can't remember what your laughter sounds like. No. Yeah, yeah, I wrote you a letter that I never sent, just 12 lines about the way I meant to tell you I've been feeling far away, and I need you to choose me every day. I found it in my drawer 3 months alone, but in the moment for it I moved on. Maybe love is not a feeling, maybe love is a decision to walk toward the static rather than away from friction. Static between, but I'm walking through it. Static between, I am done with quitting. Every wall we built we can take apart, starting with the silence in the dark. Static between, I am saying it now. Static between, I still want you somehow. If you're Don't let the comfort make us stop. We're too close to lose to quiet danger. Let's be loud before we drive. Yeah, but we are still choosing. We are done with losing. Every word unsaid is a chance we waste. So I'm saying them all, I'm taking the space. Clear it with one question. Let me be your answer. Are you still in love with who we are becoming? Or have we let the quiet do the running? Static is when someone speaks first. I'll go first. I love you, your turn. They said the network's down, the system failed. But I've been rebooting since the day I derailed. They optimized me out of every room I built. Replace my effort with a metric and a tilt. I crashed so hard, the impact left a scar. And sat in the quiet, wondering who we are. When all the data says we're obsolete. When every algorithm marks us as defeat. I'm not a stat, I'm not a score. I'm not the version that you deleted before. You don't get to define what I become. I'm the last pixel, but I'm not done. Last pixel up, last pixel burning. Last pixel up, the whole world's churning. Call me broken, call me outrun, call me old code, but I'm the one still standing in this episode. Last pixel up, I am still rendering. Last pixel up, you can't stop the entering of someone who chose themselves when no one bet on them. The last pixel standing is the brightest, remember. I rebuilt from nothing but a stubborn kind of love for the human that I was before the push and shove. I took the long road through the honest dark and found the version of myself that left the mark. Not the viral clip, not the trending frame, but the real life person showing up the same. They can delete the post, they can kill the feed. They cannot delete the life that I believe. I'm worth more than every metric they designed. I'm a full human being, unoptimized. Last pixel up, last pixel burning. Last pixel up, the whole world's churning. They called me irrelevant, I called that a dare. I built my comeback from the ground floor bare. Last pixel up, I chose to keep going. Last pixel up, the light inside me is glowing. You can count me out, set me to delete, but the last pixel standing doesn't know defeat. The hardest part is not the fall, it's standing up when no one calls. When you have to be your own applause and walk through every broken door. Because last pixel up, again, I'm not stopping. Last pixel up, the walls are dropping. Every version of me that needed their permission to belong. I remember rain before I had a screen, before the world got filtered in between. We used to sit on porches without purpose, just watching clouds and talking past the surface. No one recording, no one checking time, just the slow and ordinary, sublime. My grandmother's hands folding something warm, a Thursday with no context and no form. I didn't know I'd miss the boredom, I didn't know I'd miss the slow. The spaces between moments were the best parts of the show. Synthetic rain, I'm standing under artificial everything again. Give me one real Tuesday with no plan, give me 30 minutes with no screen in hand. Synthetic rain, everything is curated, nothing is the same as the feeling of a moment lived without a frame. Synthetic rain inside synthetic age. I watched a kid look up from a broken phone and noticed for a second she's not alone. The world was still mid-autumn, warm and slow. She breathed it in like something she forgot to know. That moment was already disappearing the second that the notification's nearing. We traded all our Sundays for a feed, we traded slow mornings for a speed that doesn't let us land in our own life before we're already somewhere else tonight. Synthetic rain, I'm drowning in the signal once again, but tonight I'm turning every pixel off. I'm gonna feel the quiet even if it's soft. Synthetic rain, but I remember what was real. Synthetic rain, I'm choosing how to feel. I want the walk without a destination, I want the conversation without caption. It's not about rejecting everything new, it's about remembering what you're walking through is a life, not a feed, not a frame. And you are more than everything you became. Synthetic rain, synthetic rain, synthetic rain. I am choosing real over curated pain. Real coffee, real silence, real goodbyes, real tears of something caught me by surprise. Synthetic rain, let it fall on me. Synthetic rain, I am choosing to be a person in the present, not a post. Here alive, the version that I love the most. Put the phone down, feel the rain. That's the whole point, that's everything. Oh, I've been everywhere the signal says I should go. Still haven't found the place that makes me whole. I moved 3 cities chasing something undefined, a version of myself I lost, I'll never find. I decorated every room to feel like mine, but granite walls don't hold the kind of warmth I pine. I know the maps, I know the subway lines and bars, but knowing where you are is not the same as where you are. Home is not a coordinate, home moments where you rest inside your own name, where someone says it and you feel it exactly where you always were, the same. Upload me home, upload me home, upload me home, through the neon and the noise and the unknown, to the quiet that reminds me I exist. Before the beat, before the list. Upload me home, I know the way now. Upload me home, I've learned to stay now. Home is every choice to show up as yourself. Every time you leave the performance on the shelf. You don't have to go anywhere to arrive. Belonging begins when you stop hiding your life. I don't know how to grieve someone still breathing, someone living but no longer needing. You didn't die, but something in you left, and I'm standing in the aftermath bereft. I look at pictures and I see a stranger's eyes in the face of someone I once recognized. What do I do with all this love that has nowhere to land on someone who is no longer there? No funeral for the person that you were, no ceremony for the slow disappear. Just a quiet kind of mourning no one taught me how to hear. Neon Requiem, Neon Requiem, lighting candles for the one you've never been. Not a body, just a version I can't find. You're alive but you exist inside my mind. Neon Requiem, Neon Requiem, the city glows but not for you, not for him. Just the echo of a laugh I used to know. Neon Requiem for the person you let go. For the person you let go. I kept your number in my phone too long. I'd write a message and then get it wrong, because the one I wanna send it to isn't quite the same version as you. I'm not angry, there's a sadness more sincere in the space between who you were and who's here. People change, I know that, and it's fine, but no one doesn't stop the grief inside. You can understand a thing completely and still feel it breaking you at night. Neon Requiem, Neon Requiem, grieving everything that quietly has been. Lost without a war, lost without a scene, lost in all the slow becoming in between. Neon Requiem, Neon Requiem, I'm singing for the self that you had been, for every conversation we won't have, for the friendship that just quietly went dark. I'm learning that some goodbyes never happen out loud. They happen in the choosing and the distance of a crowd. They happen when the calls get slow and messages run dry. They happen when you realize you've already said goodbye. Neon Requiem, and I release you now. Neon Requiem, I am learning how to hold the love without needing you to carry it, to keep the memories without the pain of it. Neon Requiem, you were real and you were mine. Neon Requiem, I honor what we were in time. The grief means something beautiful once lived. Neon Requiem, thank you for the gift. Not every ending is a loss. Some just a love that changed its form. There was a moment I was sure I was empty, and the voltage came from somewhere deep in me. The year stripped me to the cleanest bone. No plan, no map, no signal, all alone. The version of my future I had built had crumbled under its own weight and guilt. I sat in the void and waited for a sign, then slowly realized the sign had to be mine. You can't receive the light you need from somewhere outside your own belief. The voltage that will carry you through is always, only ever you. Voltage and void, voltage and void. I found my spark inside the space destroyed. Not in the noise, not in the winning, but in the brutal, honest new beginning. Voltage and void, voltage and void. Every ending is a world uncoiled, and inside the dark, inside the fall, I found the self that had been there through all. I started small, a walk, a meal, a call to someone who reminded me of all the reasons I had chosen to be here, the small and stubborn reasons to stay clear. You don't rebuild a life in one grand act, you rebuild it in the quiet, in the track of ordinary mornings, one by one, until you look back and see how far you've come. It doesn't look like the movies, there's no montage for the real. It looks like Tuesday in a notebook, and learning how to feel. Voltage and void, voltage and void. I'm rebuilding everything I had destroyed. Not for anyone to say I fall apart, but for the version of me with the stubborn heart. Voltage and void, voltage and void. Every version of me I had employed was preparation for the single moment where I chose myself, conscious and devoted. The void is not the enemy, the void is where you learn what's real. It strips away the noise and the performance and leaves you with the things you truly feel. And what remains when everything is gone is usually the reason to go on. Voltage and void, voltage and void. Came out of the darkness undivorced. I am not who I was before the fall, but I am more than I have been at all. Voltage and void, and I am grateful. Voltage and void, and I am stable. For every night that I got through alone, built the kind of strength I've never known. Voltage and void, this is the beginning. Voltage and void, and I am winning. The void taught you everything. Now carry the voltage forward.